So apparently GameStop is going old school again, y'all, with a retro GameStop. So apparently GameStop stores are going to have retro GameStop. Let's get to the story. GameStop has announced plans to launch a series of retro GameStop stores, which will focus on older gaming systems and their titles, such as NES, SNES, GameCube, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, and more. The move represents an attempt to pivot back to its roots, with the retailer returning to its focus on used games, a business model that once drove it to the top for success. The decision to focus on retro gaming taps into a growing market of nostalgic players, which has been a long time, GameStop. You are very behind the curve, by the way, as well as collectors willing to pay a premium for rare or out-of-print games. However, early visitors to these retro stores have expressed disappointment, y'all. Yep, they have. Over the limited inventory, highlighting the challenge that GameStop faces in sourcing and maintaining stock for rare games and systems. So this move has been seen as an effort to stay relevant in an industry that is dominated by digital distribution. So I would like to ask everyone here right now in the chat, has anyone seen a GameStop retro store? Have you seen a GameStop retro section? If you have, how did that section look to you? And would you come back? All right? I would like to ask, would you come back? I'm going to be honest. I seen screenshots. And for those who don't know, I want you to Google GameStop retro screenshots. Okay? You will see sections of GameStops that look very bare bones. Or they almost look like the sections, you know those sections where they have all the used games and they just shove them on the shelf? Right? And they're no alphabetical order crap. They're just all over the place, right? It's just a bunch of them there. That's what it looked like. And I don't know if that is what's really going on with GameStop Retro. Because the way they announce it as if GameStop Retro is a real comeback and they're going to give it a great attempt. So I would like to ask, has anybody seen this? Okay? So, this is Keithius. Only way GameStop is going to survive, but they got to be more consumer friendly, okay? So Keithius says this is the only way they're going to live, but they got to be more consumer friendly. I have to drive 30 minutes to go to a main store for more retro game pickups. Only big stores have a lot of retro. Okay, Joe, that's a nice thing to mention because I didn't think about that. If you have GameStop stores that are local stores, but they're smaller, you probably won't see a huge library of retro games as you will see in larger stores. Because if you're dealing with retro games, they're physical games. So they're just not going to have tons of them all over the place. So I understand that. Magnus, he has not seen one, and there are 7 GameStop stores surrounding him. Oh, my Lord.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I can dig it. 7 stores. 7 stores, and my man has not seen one. GameStop, you're on the clock. Okay, we got it right here in the chat. 7 stores, and he has not seen a GameStop Retro. So, are you guys really pushing this out? Y'all need to push it out, Okay, like a damn baby. 3 near me. Okay, MGR says he has 3 near him. Okay, good to hear. All right, my main store has little to nothing. Okay, Joe, I would really have to drive out there. Now, Dave X said, I don't think they have any retro stuff, but he has 2 retro stores near him. GameStop is going to take N64 and sand them down. I try not to laugh. GameStop going to take N64s and sand them down and list them for $300 on the shelves. You wrong for that, man. You wrong for that. All right. Yo, I'm going to tell y'all, truthfully, what GameStop should do. We mentioned this. I know people have been here before. A lot of you have heard it. We've stated this before when a lot of us were in groups together, and I brought everybody in. GameStop is doing right by bringing retro back. I think that's a great step in the right direction. I do think that you're going to be limited in the retro games you're going to have. But I think that retro games is a start. I think GameStop Retro should not be games. GameStop Retro needs to be a brand, okay? And if y'all need me to market, maybe let's clip this and send it to GameStop. I'll do that, Okay? Clip it, send it to GameStop and say, this is how you market. GameStop Retro need to be a damn movement. We got a lot of old guys who want retro to come back because that's our era. Okay? So guess what? Throw tournaments. You should throw tournaments for NBA Jam. You know how many of us old guys can still play NBA Jam and haven't played that shit in I don't know how many years. But we know Turbo, we know Pass, we know Shoot. We can play NBA Jam. You can have an NBA Jam tournament. You can have a Tekken tournament on the original Tekken for PlayStation. You can have a Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition tournament. These tournaments will bring back retro. It'll bring a lot of the people who were famous and known for being great players of these games to come back to your establishment. You have to go further than that. How about old magazines? Not just old games. Maybe you need to go out there and get old copies of Electronic Gaming Monthly, old copies of Game Pros, your old Game Informers, and sell that. Old gaming t-shirts, Nintendo Power. I don't give a damn if it's Nintendo Power t-shirt. Sell that. You got to go full out retro. Everything retro. I will be there. I will sit on the couch and play a Nintendo because I don't have a Nintendo here. So if you're able to bring a Nintendo into a GameStop, encase it like a damn museum and showcase it like it should be showcased at a museum. That's what GameStop Retro needs to do. And it will be successful. It will not fail. There you go. All right? Said my piece. Now, Yelson, what's going on? Dap me up. Okay. Now, they have to do it right. If they price at eBay prices or higher, then screw it. I totally agree. You nailed it right there. Pricing is going to be a big factor to this with the games. And that's why I said they got to start doing things outside of just games. They can't, if you do just games, eBay's going to beat you out, bro. You're not going to last with eBay prices. You're not. You're going to price a game $60. eBay's going to do 30. Stop it. Okay? I'm not going to have a retro experience by standing in front of a damn, in front of a stock aisle of just cases. I'm sorry. That doesn't give me anything. All right? I can look on a damn Amazon or eBay or anywhere and buy it from someone, and I can watch a video of it. Come on now. Now, retro is way better than stupid clothing. There you go. Shout out to Joe saying retro is better than the clothing. They went into a lot of merchandising with clothing. They're trying to do the dolls, the plushies, and all that. I agree. Unless they're doing retro clothing, yeah, they can keep it. So, Mortal Kombat tournament would be a great one. Halo 3, Killer Instinct, and so much more. Yo, I'm gonna give y'all Wolfpack music, y'all. I didn't think of that. We got so many games that you can do tournaments for, bro. Halo 3 would be perfect. Killer Instinct would be perfect. Mortal Kombat would be perfect. Like, bro, these are all games that were classic games that I'm sure new and old players would show up to. GameStop, if y'all take this idea, I'm clipping this and I'm definitely coming for some of my money, all right? Fighting tournaments, round 1. Oh, here we go. Hold up. Which one is it?
Round 2. Fight.
There we go. We definitely need some fighting games in there, man. They need to ask us real gamers. I ain't gonna lie, man. They do. They need to do something else. All right, but that was it. I want to get on to the Choose Your Fate segment. GameStop Retro, I want everybody to check out your local GameStop Retro. Let me know what you see. Is it worth shopping there again? And should GameStop do something else besides just retro games? Should they do, maybe old school merchandise for games? Should they do tournaments? Should they have old gaming systems for you to play the games like you used to be able to? I think it would be nice to have a Sega Genesis console there and be able to play Vector Man. I love Vector Man. It would be nice to just play a game of Vector Man while I'm in GameStop. I think that's nice.